Welcome back to Dry Hollow Homestead. It is Danielle, and I have tried to film this too many times, but I'm gonna pretend like I don't look quite as rough as I do. I'm gonna smile anyway and not look at the camera. I'm not gonna look at myself in the camera. We are gonna go out and milk. That is why you hear water running. I am getting my soapy water. We'll go out and milk together, and I will kind of give you a little update on the homestead, the things outside in the homestead. I've been in mostly for my videos here lately because I'm inside a lot, but we have some few changes happening outside, and I will clue you in. So I've already brushed her real well. This is, you can't see my face, not very well. For some reason, this is a lot more squished than it used to be. She maybe has gained a little weight, is what I'm gonna say. No. Definitely not her. But so as you can see, I am out here milking, and I am not milking twice a day. This is actually pretty close to noon, but we have the calf on her, and the calf stays with her 24/7 as of right now. And she, the calf, who we named Norma, is nursing quite a bit, but she's only nursing the front two udders. So this, this and ooh, it's slimy. She wants to just nursed. And that one totally empty. We do not even touch them anymore when we are milking. And we could go ahead and pin Norma away at night, and then we would have a lot more milk when we came out in the morning. But right now I really enjoy the no stress of milking whenever I feel like it. I keep doing just usually around noon every day because that's when the baby takes a real good nap, and it can fluctuate if we have to do it after church instead of before church, stuff like that. It's really nice. So, oh, I haven't squirted. The first couple drops, squirts of milk go onto the ground, not in our bucket because it's dirty. So we, like I said, Norma now, let's see, she was born, she's 2 months old at least, and she is doing really well. There for a while it was like touch and go, we weren't really sure, but she has definitely come around now. So we have our cow that's in milk right now, me, and then her calf Sadie, who is like a year and several months old. Her next heat, she's going to be bred, and then once she is confirmed bred, we have a buyer for her. We are selling her to a good friend, and then we also have her calf, new calf Norma, and we also have Wilson, which is a steer that we bought. He wasn't a steer when we bought him, but we have since banded him, so he will be a steer. The purpose of him was to give some relief to me as the milker because he makes so much milk. She couldn't, the Norma, the calf when she was newborn, couldn't keep up. But now that this calf is drinking more, it's not really a problem at all. And we also, oh, there's a bug. I'm sorry. This is like so in the, we also had to bottle feed Wilson because Meek would not let him nurse. In the past she has, but I'm not sure what the deal was this time. We will not be able to go through winter with all the calves that we have right now. We just have, hay is so expensive because of the dry season we had, the dry summer. So we're going to need to sell at least 2 of them. The only ones that are make it through winter with us is going to be Meek and her calf Norma. We're going to sell Wilson at our local livestock auction. And then we are selling Sadie when she is bred. We already have someone that we are selling her to. We just want to make sure she gets bred before we hand her off, because it's a little easier for us to get her bred than it is for others, because we have a good friend that does it. So we're going to make sure she's confirmed bred before she leaves. And then we will just be down to Meek and her cat. I had someone ask me what we feed her. So she is currently about 2.5 months out from giving birth. So she is actually almost at her worst condition, she will, from giving birth. So currently, which this changes, we have no grass. We have not had grass in the pasture for months already, so we've been feeding hay. She has as much hay as she can eat. We have hay in her stall at all times, and she also gets, when I milk her, I give her a 3-pound bucket, not 3 gallon. Yeah, I don't remember. I can show you sometime. But I give her a smaller bucket. It's not a 5-gallon bucket. Woo, of stock feed, unmedicated stock feed. So yes, it's not organic. It is not soy free. We are not all grass fed. This cow is not. It's still much better than store-bought pasteurized milk, but it is not the biggest health food that we could have, the best milk in the world that we could have, but it works. It's still better, which is always the goal, right? And then I do beet pulp. We mix that with beet pulp, and I give her baking soda, a handful of baking soda. Whew, this chicken behind me startled me. They're molting. They look pretty rough. Whoa. She's wondering who I'm talking to. She's done eating her grain. So yeah, they get a stock feed. She gets stock feed and beet pulp mixed with that, and then I give her a handful of baking soda. That helps because she's getting bloat. There you can see her. She turns around and watches me after she's done. She's been getting bloat quite often from this hay that we have bought. I'm not sure why. It's happening to the other animals too. So I've been giving her baking soda to help with that, and then we give her loose minerals in there, and it's like a mix that is for local deficiencies that we have in our soil. All right, that's about all the milk I have. So I'll talk to you a little more when we get in. My neighbors are, we have new neighbors. They probably think I'm insane. I wonder if they can see me talking to my phone, milking my cow. The reason I take so much time at the end, because this is the cream. The cream is the last to come up, to come out, as it is at the top. I can see my children being rough on the trampoline, deciding whether I should yell or not and tell them to stop. I don't know if somebody's getting hurt or if they're just playing. It starts out just playing and then somebody gets hurt is what it usually happens. We got about half of a bucket, so this is a 3-gallon bucket, so I'd say about halfway. That is definitely worth my 15-20 minutes of time. So there's the garden. We're still in the process of cleaning the garden up and kind of snuggling it in for winter. I don't even know why the push mower is over here. But most of the leaves have fallen off the trees here. So my husband cleaned out the gutters the other day. So that's one of our getting ready for winter tasks, is to clean out the gutters. So the way I filter out my milk, I bring it in and I do filter it before I put it in my jars. I have seen that some people don't. This just makes me feel better because I do see hair every now and then go in the bucket, and I don't want to drink cow hair. So I have a canning funnel. This is just a stainless steel one, and then a reusable coffee filter. I got this at Walmart. I have a couple of them now because I don't want to lose them. And it has a stainless steel mesh. So this very thin mesh makes me feel pretty good. No particles are going down through there into my milk. So I love this little pot that I have. I always have it linked below, but a couple months ago my husband was doing something with my pot like this, and he broke the handle off after about 15 years of daily use. And I was in the other room, and he didn't even say anything. I saw it happen, and I went on Amazon and I ordered another one. The exact same. It's not something I want to live without. I love this. But this is what I scoop out because there's no way, especially if it's full. When it's halfway full, I probably could. I might be able to, but I don't want to take the chance. I would not want to pick up the bucket and dump it. Try to pour it out into my container. And I go ahead and take the time to put it in the freezer for an hour. That is supposed to drop that temperature down quickly and keep any bad bacteria from being able to grow. It's not at all the same as pasteurizing, so it's not going to ever kill completely, but it'll keep them from being able to multiply if you have them in your milk. And it will keep it tasting fresh for longer, is what I hear. So very few times am I ever in a rush and then I don't put it in the freezer if we have to leave. Very few times does that happen. So we have 1.5 gallons from today. I keep going back and forth about what I want to do with my milk. I could make quark, and I have a video, I'll try to link in the cards, on making quark, and it's really good to do with warm milk. I have also been, whoa, ignore that. I've also been making clabber. So this was from yesterday's milking. I took a spoonful of the clabber from the day before and I stuck it in the bottom of a pint jar. Then I filled it with warm raw milk, and it is thick and it is good clabber. So I've used clabber for pancakes and not muffins. I was about to say muffin, biscuits, things like that. But clabber can also be used, and I have recipes. I have some recipes of like cottage cheese and stuff, but you don't want a small amount like this. You want a big amount. You can use this to start clabber, a large amount of clabber on your counter too. But I have seen where people are using this clabber as a starter for cheese. Supposedly it has the properties of both a thermophilic and a mesophilic culture, so it's not two different ones. You can get you can probably get both of those with the same culture, with the same starter. I do not know, and I know I want to try and make cheese with this as a culture, but I really don't want to waste my milk or my time, so I haven't yet, but I will sometime. I really will. But I don't, and right now we're not getting so much milk that I am in a great need of making gallons upon gallons of milk, of cheese, like I usually am. Anytime you have stainless steel and warm raw milk, you need to rinse with cold water first, or you will get milk stones. So rinse that really well. Now that it's so low, I'm going to go ahead and dump it. I can pour it over, and then I'm going to put it in the sink. But as of right now, if I'm only getting 1.5 gallons a day, I can very easily stay on top of that amount. With the season that I'm in, that is plenty for us. But I definitely wouldn't mind a little bit more. Soon I'll probably want more. Everything that my bucket has touched, the bottom of my bucket, I use bleach spray or sanitized wipes to wipe that down. So it touches the table and it touches the inside of the sink. Those are the only two places. So I always have to keep bleach and sanitized wipe on hand for that. So I go ahead and rinse this with cold water everywhere on the inside. Steel, and so is this. Give it a good rinse. I'm going to put lids on this, and I'm going to stick them in a freezer. Then I set the timer on my stove for an hour. Wipe this up with sanitized wipes, and then every time I come in from milking and I have this big bucket, I start running hot soapy water in it. Hold on one second. And I will wash up any of the dishes that are in my sink. So right now I have all these dishes to wash up, but I will get that done. You got 3 eggs?
Yeah.
Good. Thank you. It is November, I don't know, I'll give you the date. It's like November 7th or 8th. The 8th, November 8th, and it is like 67, 69 degrees outside. It is gorgeous, and we canceled school today. We have no school because it will soon be too cold to be outside. So I want my children to be out as much as possible, getting all that vitamin D from the sun, and Mama needs it too. Be sure to set a timer, because if not, you will leave your milk in there. And I have accidentally frozen milk before. It doesn't hurt the milk, but it does change the texture of the cream. So the cream doesn't handle the freezing very well. But it's still totally usable. It just has a different texture. So I have heard of people freezing extra milk, but that just seems so silly to me, because I would need like freezers upon freezers full of milk in order to have like a week's supply of milk for us. So it's not something I've done. I've even heard of people canning the milk, and yeah, that's not happening either. It just seems like such a waste. But if you are just a 1 or 2 people, maybe you could do that. It is rebel canning. You're not supposed to do that, but I have heard of people doing it. All right, friends, that's it. That's milking with me. A little update on the homestead. I have to wash those dishes now, and there's so many other things I need to do. But I am thankful that you're here for this ride. I hope that your homestead has found some days that the sun has shined upon you and you could get outside before winter sets in. We clean out the gutters before winter, after all the fall leaves have fallen, and we are in the prep mode to get as much wood split and stacked in our woodshed as we can, because we heat exclusively with wood during the winter. So we have to have plenty of wood on hand. Even though here in Virginia where we live, we have plenty of below freezing temperatures, right? But we don't have a whole lot of snow, unfortunately. There are times where the temperatures will dip below 0 degrees into the negatives Fahrenheit degrees, but that doesn't happen real often. But we do need to be prepared for whatever. So we have that. And we're also looking for selling some of the animals before winter because of the price of hay. So those are some of the things we do to get ready for winter, even though right now it is like 70 degrees, 68 degrees outside, and it is gorgeous. We're soaking it in while we can and preparing for the winter ahead. God bless, and I will see you again next time here on the homestead. Let me know what you'd like to hear about in the comments below. I definitely need to get some cheese made. We're gonna make a Romano together soon. I've already made one, but I didn't film it. I will do that for you, I promise, because it was my favorite Parmesan-ish cheese that I've ever made. It stunk like stinky feet, and it was delicious. God bless, and I speak Jesus over you. Bye.